Today we're going to look at Magic the Gathering cards lost in translation. Thanks to RosewattaStone, which translates Magic the Gathering cards millions of times through different languages, and then boop, we get the Psychological Toad. It is a black-blue 1/2. You are a frog. Yes, you are. It's exactly what you are. Do not forget it. Actually, hold on. Wait a second. It went from toad to frog. I don't remember how this works, but it's like something to the effect of like all toads are frogs, but not all frogs are toads, or the other way around. So I don't know. Does anyone know how to correct this? Anyway, when frog psychic licks a card, the player or user hits it. That's abuse. We're gonna go to jail for hitting the frog. They didn't know what they were doing. In fact, it's entirely within their natural habitat to lick things, don't they? It's all very psychological. You're gonna give them the psychological. You're gonna make them truly fear you. That's what the psychological toad is all about. Oh my goodness. It's not gonna forget all of its abuse as a small little frog before it becomes a toad. Abzo says, "Why am I a frog?" All right. We have card slot. Adds a +1/+1 stat to Psycho Frog. Okay, we're gonna assume what this is. This is like a combination of Psychological Toad and Psycho Frog. Draw 3 cards from your graveyard. What the hell? And the scent of the frog reaches its destination. Yeah, I guess it does. Okay, frogs are deadly. Some frogs get sick. I guess some frogs die in the course of them actually being deadly. Drawing 3 cards from your graveyard? Are you kidding me? What is this, an ETB effect? Am I allowed to just do this anytime I want? This is like a completely different type of game, playing with cards translated. You know what's really funny? It made me always think, like, there's some... Magic's not printed in all languages. Some users in, I don't know, some random country that they might have to translate these cards into something like this. Look, this is what the translator said. This is what Google Translator said. You draw 3 cards from your graveyard. Look, we didn't make the cards, all right? The rules are the rules. Okay, so this, of course, is the Psychic Frog. For a blue-black, it's a 1/2 frog, and when it was just a frog all along. It never was a toad in the first place. There must be some language out there they never even heard of a frog, only toads. And you're supposed to discard a card to put a counter on it. Oh, you're supposed to exile 3 cards from your graveyard. Psychic Frog gains flying until end of turn. Interesting. Okay, moving on. Stay safe in the forest. I don't know if I would be safe in that forest. The moment I see that bear, or what I get, this mythical beasts, the Bjornland, I'm not safe. Go in the forest, you'll be safe. The rabbits clearly regretting the advice. What is going on here? This bear has a bunch of acorns on it as well. Don't worry, it's probably a 2/2. Maybe in reality, I guess. Stay safe, we're at danger. Okay, it's a 6 mana star. Be careful, go ahead. Again. It's like, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. It looks bigger and scarier than it actually is. Remember, the bears are more afraid of you than you are afraid of them. Oh, one clause. That's for black bears, not grizzly bears. They might come after you and eat you. The strength and complexity of Lumra, the jungle world, is proportional to the number of units you control. Okay. And then when the lion comes, take 4 cards. That's busted. Then put all bonus cards into your graveyard. Well, this game doesn't deal with bonus cards, so effectively if I play Savannah Lions, that's draw 4. Finally, Savannah Lions is more useful in 2024. We did it! We broke Savannah Lions. I like this. Stay safe in the forest. Be careful. Go ahead. Don't worry. Yeah, did this bear create a Savannah Lion token? I don't think it does. I think it's like when a lion ETBs, you just basically have a super ancestral recall. That absolutely breaks the game. I mean, it is 6 mana, so maybe it's worth it. So can I play Lion's Eye Diamond and draw 4 cards? Holy crap. It did say when the lion comes. It didn't say what kind of lion. You could be onto something, Von Ragnar. You could be onto something. Bonus cards. Are we playing Pokemon all of a sudden? Do they have bonus cards in Pokemon? I'm not aware. Boulder with the super chat. Thank you so much. I know I'm biased, but you are the best content creator. Enjoy your Thursday coffee crew. All right, welcome, Boulder. And because of that, we'll look at one extra card at the end of the show. Oh, we have another super chat. Also from Boulder. It's Friday. I hate this night schedule. Okay, so what did this actually say? When we take the mask off, we have Lumra, the Bellow of the Woods, which has nothing to do with... What is it? It said, stay safe in the forest. It's an elemental bear with vigilance and reach. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. When it enters mill 4 cards, then return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Interesting that, like, somehow the Google AI can translate, like, mill or exile into draw? Or, like, take 4... Oh, it's like take 4 cards. Take it away. So, like, you know, the cards go away. You could look at it as drawing, though. What if the star becomes the amount of bonus card put into the grave? It might. You never know. Okay, next up, we've got Probably Not. It's a black, 1 generic, simultaneous spell. All right, how much maintenance at that time equals loss? How much maintenance at that time? I guess you're spending so much time, it comes at a loss. Okay, the dummy deals damage to creatures you control. I really have... This sounds like a fight card of some sort. Probably not. I'm trying to make sense of this thing. Well, I mean, this is a head scratcher, if nothing else. Exactly, yeah, this is my exact expression from El Winter. What? What are we even staring at? This feels like a card before 2000, says Arethusa. Most definitely it is. How much maintenance at that time equals loss? Well, more maintenance equals loss, and the dummy deals damage. Is there a dummy card in this game? Deals damage to creatures you control. What? And we're fighting our own creatures. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Eldraine had that dummy artifact creature. I guess that's the best thing. Damage is changed to life. Okay, we'll find out what this card is. It is a simultaneous card. Or designed by... Oh, it's Simulacrum. It is a black 1 generic instant. All damage done to you so far this turn is instead retroactively applied to a target creature you control. Further damage this turn is treated normally. You know what? I don't blame the Google AI. Frankly, I don't even know what this means in regular English as designed. So it was only going to get more... It's only going to get more botched up from there. I love how instant got turned into simultaneous, though. If there isn't a dummy, they need to make one. Yeah, we're gonna make some dummies around here. Okay, but next up we've got Shruchna Valentina Limited Edition. It's a blue 2 generic 2/2. It's a long story short. This is an artificial spy. I like that. I don't know how to describe this, but they should have long story short, you win the game, or something to that effect. Okay, we got Nick Valentine, Private Detective. Nothing but death can stop this art. I totally agree. So hold on, what does that mean? Okay, nothing, is it indestructible? Nick Valentine, Private Detective. Nothing but death will stop Shruchna. Shruchna will fight for everyone. Fight to the bitter end. You can see Nick Valentine and other artists when they die. What is going on here? To test this, create a label. Here's an example that says to remove this element, create a label. I'm more concerned about your period. Well, this was just absolutely bizarre. I see dead artists. Yeah, I see dead people. And they're all artists. Somehow this become an unglued card. Nothing but death can stop this art. Art is unstoppable. When you can see Nick Valentine and other artists when they die. Yep, that's right. Yeah, artists, look at them. Hey, remember, death is overrated. Also remember, do not plug in, don't use your electrical devices in the middle of the desert. Death is overrated, says Shrujna, because therefore nothing will stop it until death. Okay, what's going on here? Let's take the veil off. And it is Nick Valentine, Private Eye. It is Synth Detective. So hold on, what was this before? It was a long story short, it's just an artificial spy. I like their explanation. Nick Valentine, Private Eye can't be blocked except by artifact creatures. Yes, nothing but death will stop this art. Or another artifact creature. Whenever Nick Valentine or another artifact creature you control dies, you can investigate. I see. Your case is my top concern. I have no idea how that got translated. I'm more concerned about your period. Okay, well then. Maybe if we translate some word salad AI cards this way, they might just make sense. Yeah, it's like giving... If you give a million monkeys a million typewriters, eventually one of them will write Shakespeare. So if we keep translating these cards, eventually it'll spit it out and make sense. Shadowlink says, Copyright Corporation Demon Wizard League. Not sure what that's in reference to. This card doesn't have an artist listed. Flavor Fail, does it? Hold on, let's go back. Oh yeah, lost its artist. It's just triple question mark. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Corporate Demon Wizard League. Yeah, that's who's design. That's the entity designing these cards. Okay, moving on. We got. I was supposed to say villainous hair, but it's actually villainous hair. It's for the. It's a white, green, red 5/4 meat. Some meat on those bones. It is actually a vanilla creature. So this vanilla creature does have some flavor text, which, by the way, on this show sounds very profound, way more profound than we would think. Yeah, 5/4 meat. Some meat on those bones. The teacher is the scariest and scariest monster the kids have ever seen. But he always wakes up with food and presents. Sounds like Santa Claus. Is Santa Claus like a teacher full time? And then that's why we have winter break around Christmas. So that Santa Claus the teacher can finally do the Santa job. Where did Vilnius? I don't even know what Vilnius is. Is that an actual word? Vilnius. I'm gonna look up Vilnius. Oh, it's a capital of Lithuania. So this is the Lithuanian hair. This is what you could find in Lithuania if you travel there. Yeah, this is capital of Lithuania. Just found out just now. It's a woolly thoctor. Well, let's see what it actually is. Okay, we got the woolly thoctor. It's a white, green, red. Wait, it's a beast. One of the most ferocious and deadly gargantuans. The thoctor never sees its worshippers, but it often awakens surrounded by gifts and sacrifices. Don't worry, it's... What was it? Don't worry, go into the forest? I gotta see what this is. Stay safe in the forest. You will stay safe with the meat. The woolly thoctor's there. Oh, does that... Woolly ended up being this Lithuanian capital in the end. Okay, moving on. We got... I like this title. Bad, 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 bad. It's a blue 3 generic unknown card type. Determine the cause. And it has flashback for a blue 5 generic. This card can be removed from the graveyard by paying the flash. Well, the flashback. Put it back. Put it back? So I have like infinite flashback of bad, 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 bad. And also have to determine the cause. This card actually does nothing. It actually just makes me do work. As far as I'm concerned, right? Probably a counterspell, maybe. No, it's gotta be something else. It's gotta be like... I don't know what this card is. I want to say it's like some sort of loot or something. I don't know. Well, they retrans the flashback correctly? Not really. Put in, remove it from the graveyard by paying the flash, and I gotta put it back. That's not exactly how flashback, maybe the word there, it works. I appreciate your work, the king. Now this totally makes some sort of sense. Like, so, I'm some sort of detective. I'm trying to determine the cause, or I'm some sort of police lieutenant, like, person. I have an investigation. And the king appreciates the work around here. Can be removed from the graveyard. Put it back. But where? You put it back into the graveyard. That's right. I have infinite bads. As far as I'm concerned. Protopon says, the cause, Nikachu, is that you played it. I don't like, so my cause is saying no to it. I suppose so. Elvis, is this Elvis? I don't think so. Frank says, looks like some sort of mill or discard. All right. We're going to find out in a minute. It was Fevered Denial. Oh, anyone who guessed it was a counterspell? You're right. It's a blue 3 generic instant counter target spell, and you can also do it again for 7 mana. That would almost be fair. Infinite counter spells? Maybe not. Probably not fair. Because if you have infinite mana, you can just counter everything. Although some things are uncounterable. Some things says it can't be countered. Brains. It should have been no. I guess it's bad. Because you bad. Oh, you counterspell scum. You countering my spells. Okay. This is impossible. For a green, 1 generic telephone. Hello? I'd like to make an order for something impossible. Instead of paying for a kilo of electricity... Okay, that's a pretty loaded sentence in itself. You can pay for something green. Get 2 basic maps of the country from the library. Click on one to connect and press. Throw it with the other hand. It sounds like I'm trying to make some sort of weird collect call. So instead of paying with I don't know, paying with my electricity, I can pay with somebody else's electricity. Phone, just wow, I know. I'm breathtaking from this. We should be voting on what we think these mean. This is the new card, right? This is the new card from Modern Horizons 3. I just don't remember what it does. I think this is the new card. It's like the new free card that they're coming out with Modern Horizons 3. It's Modern Horizons 3, the new free cycle. I pay with leaves, like I did back when I was a kid. And bottle caps. So when I play this, says Entra, I put the cards down, walk away from the game, and head for the library. I don't know. I like this. You paying for a kilo of electricity, as if the electricity can weigh that much. Electricity is measured in kilos? Damn, metric system. People from America must be like, what the hell are people doing with the metric system over there? That's really bizarre. Is this pay some force and search for more land? I think it's definitely a look for more land card. I think you have to sacrifice a creature, though. I don't think it has anything to do with map tokens, though. I know it says get 2 basic maps from the... It's get 2 lands from your deck or something like that. It's the Flare of Cultivation. I just remember it's like sack creature, get 2 lands. Put 1 into play, 1 in hand. So, 3 mana sorcery. You can sacrifice a non-token green creature rather than pay the spell's mana cost. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards. Put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand, then shuffle. Yeah, I basically got it right. If you like the new format where we see the jumbled up card into the real card, you give me a thumbs up. You smash that like button. Smash the like button. And also leave me comments that you like it. Let's the people at RosewattaStone know that they're doing a good job. You need to expand your horizons. What was the... Want to spread the word? Oh, we forgot about the flavor text. Want to spread the word? Spread the word. This is impossible. There are real downers over there. They're like... They're the opposite of you can do it. If you need some demotivation, go to the This is Impossible... I don't know. This is Impossible demotivation service. Next up, we got Marshmallow Ring. This could be a bunch of marshmallow at the bottom over here. For a blue 2 generic, we got a fun hello. May all living beings be happy. Thank you very much. I like the sound of that. Creatures, bees, and baskets get +2/+2. There are... Do I get an additional +2/+2 if I'm a basket? Is a basket like, I don't know, a vehicle or something? It has to be an artifact or something. Maybe an artifact that turns into a creature. This is all redundant, because it says all my creatures are already getting bigger. I'm assuming this is some sort of enchantment. Does not include style or art. Like everyone else, you have been deceived and deceived. The double deceived. Yeah, deceived and deceived. Careful. Careful of that fake news out there. You have no idea how many times you were deceived and deceived at the same time. Aura. It's either like, it could be an aura, or it could be an enchantment. I guess it can't be, I guess it has to be an aura, because if it was an enchantment, it'd be pretty strong, where creatures get +2/+2. That would be a little outrageous. Aura. I'm just wondering how aura can get retranslated to a fun hello, but I guess it's possible. And what is this card really behind the surface? It is Zephid's Embrace, so it is an aura card for 4 mana. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2, gains flying, and cannot be the target of spells or abilities. I don't know where they got bees in there. That's impossible. Spells will shun you, as will everyone else. Yeah, they'll shun you for being deceived. All I got from this artifact, creatures don't get the effect. Yeah, I know. I also understood that you'll get deceived twice. Where did the baskets come from? New artifact type, must be. It's a picnic basket. You have to go get it in the forest. Don't worry, it's safe in that forest. Give me hell! Alright, we have a red X. With one exception. Throwing it hurts a lot. This creature does a lot of damage, so it takes a lot of hits. Throwing it hurts a lot. Yes, if you deal this thing, like, I mean, it's an X damage spell, so if you have like infinite mana, it will deal a lot of damage, and it will hurt a lot.
No, God, please, no.
Miners have been extracting gold from rocks for years. Thank you very much for the history lesson. I really appreciated that. Give them hell, boys. That's right. Give them as much hell as you have mana, and they're gonna feel the pain. And I guess, what are we doing? Are we like extracting gold from creatures? There's some gold in that golden goose. There's gold in that creature. Go get him. Yeah, give them hell, boys. This has to be the most generic sounding card. In response, I have one. You have got this creature, but in response, I have this one exception, and I will give it hell. At least the flavor makes tech sense. The whole card seems to make a whole lot of sense. I like this card. It has the most synergy. It made the most sense from beginning to end. It didn't fall off a flavor. It's not a flavor fail to any degree. Oh, so this creates treasure from excess damage to target creature. Oh, maybe? No, this is... Oh, maybe. Miners have been extracting gold from rocks for years. I guess we... You know what? In Magic the Gathering, truth be told, we do mine gold out of creatures. Sometimes we destroy a creature and we make a treasure token. So that's just the flavor of the thing. A caveman made this card. It hurt a lot. This creature does a lot of damage, so it takes a lot of hits. I guess the bigger they are, the harder they fall. But it's not a creature. Oh, well, it's gonna hit a creature. It's gonna hit a creature. It's telling you what it's gonna do. This creature takes... So if you're... I guess it has to target only creatures, and it's gonna hurt a lot, especially if it's bigger. The bigger it is, the bigger its toughness. Okay, what is this card? It is called Hell to Pay. For a red and X. Sorcery. Hell to Pay deals X damage to target creature. Create a number of tapped treasure tokens. Actually, we like nailed it. Equal to the amount of excess damage dealt to that creature this way. So we are mining gold. We are literally mining gold. From, I guess, the rock, which is our creatures. The creatures are rocks in this context. Yeah, I can only target large creatures, I guess. Well, no, I think you want to actually target small creatures because the excess damage gets the gold. For years afterwards, lucky explorers who found the cave could chip gold fragments off the rocky walls. Actually, pretty close, pretty good translation for the most part. What is this called? Give me hell. Sounds like from the creature's perspective. I don't know whose perspective we're hearing this from. Give me hell. And then give me gold. Or I guess the person giving hell is saying give me hell. Okay, next up we got the Battle of the Kremlin. Doesn't have to something to do with Russia. We have a 4-mana call. When the rubber elf enters the lane, draw 2 tokens to create a 1/1 red elf. I'd never drawn a token in my life, but I guess it's never too late to draw some tokens. The amount of energy you get is proportional to the number of rescued animals. The amount of energy is proportional to the number of rescued animals. The animals I rescued? What the hell does that mean? Then for 4 energy, creatures you control get +1/+0 and die quickly. No! We are gonna kill our creatures. So for 4 energy, we pump them all up and then they die. They like die instantly. Well, yeah, it's like we rescued an animal and then we send it on its way to its death. I guess it like kills you, like the creatures get +1/+0 and then, like, I don't know, die upon contact, like a bee. You know, the bee stings and then that's it for the bee. It's over. It's GG for the bee. Money for games is money, you don't say. Was that? Oh! Yeah, remember, your games are still worth money afterwards. Money for games is money. The flavor text, I love the flavor text on these translated cards. As many said, that sometimes it goes deep. It sounds much more... they are absolutely more sensical than the AI, the original AI-generated flavor text, and sometimes they sound very profound. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, create energy equal to the number of creatures you control. Maybe. Read the copyright. Copyright Sea of the Enchantress. Is this random too? Does it change depending on what's going on? Imagine yeah, exactly. Imagine getting rescued only to die right after. All right, I saved your life. So you're living on borrowed time, and guess what? You're going straight back into the playpen to battle the Kremlin. Battle in the Kremlin. All right, what the hell does this card actually do? Scurry the Gremlins. It's a 4-mana enchantment. When Scurry the Gremlins enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 red gremlin creature tokens. Then you get an amount of energy equal to the number of gremlins, number of creatures you control. Pay quadruple energy. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. It had nothing to do with dying. That was fake news. A whiff of ether brings the horde out of hiding. What is all this about the rubber elf? Yeah, what is the rubber elf? Is there a rubber elf? Oh yeah, when the rubber elf enters the lane. Very flexible elf, I guess. Okay, next up. We've got the Asian Auditor in Florence. Is this another place? This is France, isn't it? Florence. Oh no, it's Italy. Okay, we're in Italy now. For 2 mana, the animal world will be destroyed. Oh, that's a warning. Kremlin is the Russian seat of power, by the way. Yeah, I knew it had something to do with Russia. Some sort of mob. When I think Kremlin, I think of some sort of mob boss thing. I see why we are rescuing the animals. I don't. Okay, anyway, the Asian Auditor in Italy. The animal world will be destroyed. It is a 3/2 with the ability much worse. Read on, it gets worse. You can pay double black in Assassin's Creed for free. Oh, that's great. This is finally a Magic the Gathering card that affects other video games. In that game, if you have an assassin or character, you can choose that character for free. What the hell is going on here? It's making a direct reference to a video game. Okay, we then we have Ezio can pay Wooburg and can reduce the player's health to 10 or less and deal damage. If you do, you lose. That is terrible. Hold on, I don't know who Ezio is, can pay Wooburg and can reduce the player's health to 10 or less and then deal damage. And then if you do, I guess it's over for us. Yeah, microtransaction ad. Imagine you could unlock, there were like microtransactions in Magic the Gathering. I guess there is on MTG Arena. You want to build a deck? You buy packs. You want to buy packs? You get the gems. You need those gems? You pay money. No other way around it. Well, you can play for free actually and just get boosters for free. That's the way of paying with your time instead of your money. Ezio is an Assassin's Creed protagonist. Oh yeah, so this is the bad guy. The Asian Auditor. Is there Florence in Assassin's Creed? This is a wild card. Increasing exposure by putting DLCs and other IPs as an untapped market. That's right. It is a spicy meatball. Okay, what does this card actually do? This is Ezio Auditor de Firenze. It's basically, it's almost like a foreign-like title name. Legendary creature, human assassin with menace. Assassin spells you cast have free running. Black, black. How did they make reference to the game with this text? It's like Google Translate interpreted what the hell this was and tried to make reference to the game. You may cast the spells as free running cost if you deal combat damage to a player this turn with an assassin or commander. So like Google Translate no longer directly translates what it sees. It's trying to interpret and spit it out based on like the context. Whenever Ezio deals combat damage to a player, you may pay Wooburg if a player has 10 or less life. When you do, that player loses the game. Hold on, whoa. Deals combat damage to a player, you may pay Wooburg. That player, oh, I see. So if they have 10 or less life, I mean, it's just basically it's a one-shot kill. You like it? It's pretty flavorful design. That pronunciation was painful. Sorry about that. Ezio Auditor de Firenze. I don't know. I don't even know what language. I'm assuming it's Italian. It's Italian. My Italian, it suck. Okay, you heard the music. That means we gotta thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. You want to get the new Fallout Commander sets or sealed product, you can get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. Also, don't forget, coming out soon, Outlaws of Thunder Junction. If you need those new singles coming out from the new Magic the Gathering set, maybe you want to support the channel. Maybe you want to buy from FusionGamingOnline.com. Remember, deal of the week this week, save 15% off all Karlov Manor singles. The Surveil lands are a hot new commodity in Magic the Gathering, one of the best things you can fetch out with fetch lands. And if you need your collection, now's the time to get them while they are 15% off. And don't forget, whenever you buy something from Fusion Gaming Online, use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for an additional 5% off all your purchases. And we're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. For on Magic the Gathering Online, the alternative client to MTG Arena, where you can play all formats in Magic the Gathering, except the Arena-specific formats. Get into Standard, Pioneer, Modern, Legacy, Vintage, and more. Pauper! When you're renting the cards on Magic Online with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_ZUE. And we go back to jumbled up, horribly translated Magic the Gathering cards. We got Mr. Gothic. Okay, Mr. Gothic. Doesn't really look like a goth person at all. It's a 2-mana 1/1. Creative World, it's a robot soldiers. When lighting a candle or casting a spell, make sure you get +1/+1 on Lord Cauldron. When lighting a candle or casting a spell, this sounds like an uncard all of a sudden. All right, I'm gonna light a candle, I'm gonna light another candle. This would be so dangerous, lighting a bunch of candles around your paper Magic the Gathering cards. Someone call the fire. Some games will end with you calling the firefighters. Okay. So when you cast a spell, make sure you get +1/+1 on Lord Cauldron. Make sure it's reminding you. Don't forget about it. When Goat Lord dies, he is replaced by a useless character named X. I'm sorry, X. You know, I didn't say it. Mr. Gothic said it. It had nothing to do with me. I'm sure you're very, very capable. X will be +1/+1. This is a taps weapon. Give him this weapon. Restore the original map to the library. Loading now. Use it as a guide. Loading now. Bethesda games, am I right? I'm not really familiar. What does everything has like a? Does everything have a super long loading time? Dragon Shield protects against fires. Oh, there we go. Play your Mr. Gothic with Dragon Shield, the fire-resistant card sleeves. I always thought that was sort of a weird thing. I did hear about that. How often am I playing near a flamethrower? You know what I mean? I guess it's supposed to protect from actual fire if your house is burning down. I'd like to see how it protects the cards. Would love to see that. Trick candles relight. I have no idea. So we give Tap a weapon. I don't even know what we're doing here. Who is the Goat Lord? And apparently when the Goat Lord dies, he is replaced by a useless character named X. But not completely useless, gets +1/+1. There's how many goats in Magic? Snai of Lords, I don't know. How often am I playing near a flamethrower? You never know with AI cards. True story. Okay, Mr. Gothic is apparently Mr. Gutsy. A 2-mana 1/1 robot soldier. Whenever you cast an aura or equipment spell, put a +1/+1 on Mr. Gutsy. That had nothing to do with our translation. And when Mr. Gutsy dies, create X junk. It translated junk to useless. Create X junk tokens where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Remember, now whenever you play Magic, they're not junk tokens. They're useless. They're completely useless, at least to Google Translate. So a previous card wanted us to take a map from the library, and this one wants us to get them back. Yes. And by map, I think they usually mean, like, land. Usually. Okay, next up, we've got the Department of Electrical Safety. There we go. It's a white 1 generic 2/2. It's not a robot. What is it, a cyborg or something? It's a department for electrical safety. I would assume that they're a robot. Someone knocking at my door. This is the Department of Electrical Safety. We need to go check on your, television. Okay, for example 3, if using this word requires an additional fee, you can pay 3. If using, what? Look, it's got look. Look at it. Look is a very common mechanic around here. You're either looking or looking at it. When your house enters the battlefield, you get +1/+1. I can't wait. I can't wait also to get into the battlefield. We need the house to enter the I need to turn into a creature. I need the house to enter the battlefield. A lot of things have to go right for the Department of Electrical Safety to help me here. I cast my house in response. Nothing will defeat me in my house. Look is the most broken keyword. Yeah, just look at it. Distract you from everything else on the battlefield. This thing's got look. It should mean something like nothing else on the battlefield can be targeted except this thing. It's like a spell skite. I need to know what ETB my house has. Probably nothing. I don't think a house would do much. I mean, I guess houses are lands. You know, like Castle Garenbrig and stuff like that. There's a lot of, like, castles on lands. I imagine a house is not that much different. Okay, well, anyway, it's not a robot, according to the Department of Electrical Safety. So it was actually all along the Securitron Squadron. It was a robot. Apparently it was a robot after all. It's just offended to be called a robot. It had Squad 3 with Vigilance. How does look come from Vigilance? Whenever a creature token enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it. No landfall, nothing. Bolsa's Citadel is... Oh yeah, but it's not a house. I guess there could be some homes in a house. I mean, some homes in a artifact. All right, the Nexus of Becoming. Are you there? Are you there, my opponent? 6 mana. It's not true. It's a lie. The game starts with turning and drawing cards. That's how the game starts, usually. We take turns and we draw cards. You can pull things out of your hands or comb them. If so, don't use a 3/3 card with any other types. This card isn't even doing anything. It's not. Oh, you know what? And it's not true. It's a lie. I can't. If so, don't use a 3/3 card with any other types. I can use a 3/3 card with whatever I want. So basically, it was trying to let us know ahead of time that this whole paragraph is a lie. It was more or less describing how the game plays up until this don't use a 3/3 card with any other types. Comb your hand. I guess shuffle your hand. Comb the desert, you idiots! Comb the desert! 3/3s are banned, apparently. But it's not true, it's a lie. Do you hear me? Are you there? My hands are hairy, but not so bad I need a comb. Right. Okay, what is the actual card? Nexus of Becoming. It was an artifact. At the beginning of your combat on your turn, draw a card. Then you may exile an artifact or creature card from your hand. If you do, create a token that's a copy of the exiled card, except it's a 3/3 golem in addition to its other types. That's completely different. How did I go from artifact that to it's not true, it's a lie? It's really bizarre. So if it's a lie, does it mean we don't have to draw at the start of the game? I don't know. You look up the rules. You look up the errata on this thing. Spiritual Companion. It's a 2-mana star 3 creature. People are leaders. I want to fly. Wake up. Okay then. Doris's mental strength is equal to the number of cards she drew that round. Doris, and then no matter what crime you commit, you will be punished. If so, remove the card. This ability can only be used once. Says Nathan Steer, 28-time world champion. The greatest player in all of Magic the Gathering. No one ever was a 28-time world champion. That is a dominant run, if you ask me. I think over anyone's life, like let's say you started playing the game at the age of 20, you died at the age of 75, you basically won more often as world champion. You like won 60% of the time as world champion. Yeah, that is a damn winning streak. The 28-time world champion. Maybe mistook artifact for which isn't real and makes it a lie, maybe. Wake up, you can fly. Yeah, I want to fly. Wake up. Oh, there's wings on this thing, so it does have flying or something to that effect. I'm old, bro. Crimes will not go unpunished. They will lay down the law. And the person that will lay down the law is Nathan Steer, the 28th-time world champion. That is a dominant run in Magic the Gathering history. Okay, this is Duelist of the Mind, the latest of invitational cards, more or less. Now they give, if you become world champion like Nathan Steer did, you get an invitational card in your likeness, and this one is Duelist of the Mind, which has Vigilance and Flying. I guess Vigilance was Wake Up. Wake up! And the Duelist of the Mind's power is equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. Whenever you commit a crime, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. And I believe he was the 28th? He was just a 28th world champion, not necessarily not necessarily have the run of 28 years. Whenever you commit a crime, this will be a great card to again for the Thunder Junction set. Crimes will not go unpunished. If you commit a crime, you're going to jail. All right, next up, we've got the Military Observation. It is a green, black, 2 generic criminal. Remember, crimes will not go unpunished around here. Select one or more as you wish. You can have corrupt the metadata. Sounds like a way of screwing up, what's it called? Like the metagame data on MTG Goldfish. So we can we have the option to screw up what is a meta deck and what is not. We can also take off your glasses. We can increase the target size. What you want a target to increase, that is up to you. And also, we can destroy the world. That is quite harsh. And also turn off any machine you want. I have no idea how I would use this in the real world. The cost is always the same. Yeah, you destroy the world no matter what. Select one or more as you wish. Destroy the world. Oh no. If I destroy the world, like none of these other things matter. Corrupting the metadata doesn't matter. Taking off my glasses doesn't matter. Increasing the target size of something doesn't matter. Also, just turning off machines doesn't matter. Yeah, I know, we increased target size. I'd like to increase the target size of my hair, frankly. Destroy the world is the only way to get around Ward. That actually could be true. First date something something. Oh yeah, this... Why is it a military observation, though? Destroy target world enchantment? Oh! Now you're thinking. If I can turn off my opponent's pacemaker, that would be committing a crime. You will go to jail. Remember, crimes will not go unpunished. Make the price of something 0 by corrupting the metadata. Oh yes. Yeah, change the errata everything else in the Gatherer for 24 hours. Cards will not do as we think they do. All right, what the hell was this? This is like a new card, the Casualties of War. It's like destroy target artifact, destroy target creature, destroy an enchantment, destroy a land, destroy a planeswalker. War. War never changes. What was this one? The cost is always the same. Cost is always the same. Okay, I found that. Found it on the ground. It's Finders Keepers. How does it go? Finders Keepers, something like that. Blue green 2 generic for a 3 loyalty Oko. Well, I know it's Oko, but it's actually a 3 loyalty. Very good. That is a very good boy over there. When the game starts, it's your turn to be the team leader. This is the only creature you can control until the end of your turn, unless you are weak. I'm a leader. +1, take 2 cards. If you break this rule, don't forget your card. You can also send 2 postcards. Oh. -1, prepare 3/3 green vegetables. Also -5. You control the alien forever. The alien. Make a permanent copy of the icon. I want to believe. Let me take 3 cards real quick. Take 2 cards. If you break this rule, don't forget your card. I don't think it's taking 3 cards. We just literally take 2 cards. And we're like breaking the rule of drawing 1 at a time. I will activate my +1 and send 2 postcards to Grandma. It's like a weird looting effect. We can exchange real cards for postcards. It reminds me of it reminds me of some sort of someone posted their dream. I can only imagine that there's like postcards in our deck in addition to like regular cards. So someone stuffed a bunch of postcards in there. When you shuffle a deck, you can see the postcards stick out from the regular deck. Is this card taunting me? You play with singular creature unless you. Yep. This is the only creature you can control until the end of your turn, unless you are weak. But so that's the deal. If you are weak, maybe if you have the lowest life total from everyone else, you can play with more than 1 creature on the battlefield. I'm assuming we control the alien. Okay, what the hell was this? It was Oko. It was Oko. Oh, it was Oko, as if I didn't know. The ringleader. At the beginning of on the beginning of combat on your turn, Oko the ringleader becomes a copy of 1 target creature you control until end of turn, except he has hexproof. That's not weak, that's strong. +1, just draw 2 cards. If you committed a crime this turn, discard a card. Otherwise, discard 2 cards. -1, create a 3/3 green elk. And -5, each other non-land permanent you control, create a token that's a copy of that permanent. Cool. Whoops. Too far. Where I go? Okay, we move on to the Angry Game Nerd. The Angry Game Nerd is a blue 2 generic. Success is a piece of cake. That's awesome. In the Angry Nerds game, you have to draw 2 cards. So are we drawing 2 cards per turn instead of drawing 1? If we draw 1, we draw 2. That's insane. That's great. Okay. The monster is full armor, and if you have 10 or more in your hand when the monster attacks, you get +10/+10 until the end of the game. Does that mean, what, I gained life? I get +10/+10. The monster is full armor. Why am I being called out by this card? It's funny, the success is a piece of cake, and it's awesome. I guess this is some nerd that's got really buffed up and is now throwing something. It's throwing the bookcase at us. Receives James Rolfe's seal of approval. Oh, you mean the angry video game nerd? That's right. Angry video game nerd mentioned. Is it in here? Oh yeah, that's right. The angry game nerd. That's right. You got it. That's BS, as he would always say. And he always makes some sort of reference to diarrhea. Anyway, it is awesome to draw 2 cards per turn. I guess success is a piece of cake, so long as you're not afraid of going into the forest. Come on, go on now. And if you have 10 more life, yeah. Okay, what the hell was this? So it's called Nerd Rage. It's a blue 2 generic aura enchant creature. Enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. Okay. An enchant creature has you have no maximum hand size, and whenever this creature attacks, if you have 10 or more cards in hand, it gets +10/+10 until end of turn. That is a lot. So if I have 10 cards or more in hand, then this thing is just outrageously enormous. In the artwork, he rage quits by yeeting all the furniture in the room. I guess so. So wait, if I get 10 power, do I damage creatures that hit me? I guess so. You like basically damage them as they attack. You're just like a blocking creature itself. Okay, moving on. Miss Cleopatra to you. Sorry, it's not Cleo. Miss Cleopatrick is angry. Is a green, a black, 2 generic, 2/4 big beast, ma'am. That's Miss Cleopatrick to you. Alliance. At the start of a symbiosis game, both winners are +1/+1. I love it. Edge. When heroes and normals die, draw all cards. 2 people died. Okay, I'm gonna read that one again. When heroes and normals, like what, normies, die, draw all cards. That's broken! Absolutely broken. 2 people died. Treat your enemies like family. Well, with the power of your entire library in your hand, you can treat anyone however you want. Yeah, it's internet sounds. Internet sounds or danger. One of the two for sure. Thank you very much, Varg, for the super chat. We'll take a look at another card at the end of the show. Let's see. When heroes or normals die... Sorry, when heroes and normals die, draw all cards. 2 people died. And then, if you don't win on that turn, I guess you're gonna die. Okay, so what the hell is this real card? It's Cleopatra, the exiled pharaoh. She was a human noble, also known as a ma'am. Allies at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each of the 2 other target legendary creatures, and betrayal whenever a legendary creature with both counters on it die. Draw a card for each counter on it, you lose 2 life. Apparently we drew all cards. We draw all of them here. Draw all cards? Doesn't even say from your library. Oh yeah, I could draw all cards from everybody's library. Okay, next up we've got Craig Flam is lying. Oh, you Craig Flam, you dirty liar, you. We have for a white, red, 1 generic, a 3/3 war rats. No, wait a minute. Warning, war rats. That's not any sort of rat. That is a war rat. It's so weird. So Crowcore Games says it's so weird to have several real historical figures in Magic, but Assassin's Creed be like that. Yeah. Yeah, warning, the war rats. The Egyptian pharaoh is Irish? Where did you get... How did you infer that, actually? How was the... Oh, Patrick, is that what it was? Patrick is like sort of a Irish last name. Okay. Craig Flame is lying. Mabel. It protects other monsters as +1/+1. Then we have Legacy of the Crack Flame. When Mobilius comes in, they have +1/+1 arbor, and creatures grow. Do they grow, do they? They rip and throat, and 2 mana Crag Flame, which ends the story. This was just a bunch of complete gibberish. Okay, we have our first absolute chaos ensues card. You know it's a lie, Mabel. She's a liar. Craig Flame is lying, Mabel. No, hold on. Mabel's not lying. Oh, no, yeah. We're warning Mabel that there's a lie happening. Yeah, this is the Diblick of today. Very flute-worthy. Warning, they are war rats, though. They don't care. They're crazy! And they're liars, apparently. Okay, what the hell was the real card? I'm not even going to interpret this one. This is beyond savable. Mabel, heir to Crag Flame. Other mice you control get +1/+1. When Mabel, heir to Crag Flame, enters the battlefield. Create Crag Flame, a legendary colorless equipment artifact token with equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has vigilance, trample, and haste. Also equipped for 2. Imagine this played at a tournament. The opponent, of course, calls a judge to explain, and the judge just goes, "What the hell?" Yeah, imagine. That's got to be a funny video. Someone goes to F&M with all these translated cards, but from like an actual. It's like a tier deck, like standard, like I don't know, a standard, modern, whatever deck, but they're all like translated like this. Yeah, Boros Rats win next tournament. Okay, next up. We got Kate Civil War. It is a red-green 1/1. These famous animals are the most famous heroes. Thor is your big cat. I always wanted to name my cat Thor. Big chunky kitty. When the ball is attacked, you and the defender draw cards. The ball is attacked? Is that like a planeswalker or something? When you discard a Gomana or a Gomana cat card, put 2 +1/+1 counters on that card. This is like missing a lot of context. So, I don't know, is my cat a big ball of fur? And if my big ball of fur is attacked, I draw some cards here. Marvel set support? Is this from Marvel? I suppose being a big cat is better than getting turned into a big frog. The cat's attacking yarn balls? All your guys' guess is way better than mine. It is a famous animal. These famous animals are the most famous heroes. There's not even a cat in this image. That type is a mouseball. Okay, I have nothing to work with here. It is Kate, Cage Brawler. It's a legendary human warrior. As long as it's your turn, Kate, Cage. Somehow it turned Kate into cat. Whenever Kate attacks you and defending player, each draw a card, then discard a card. Put 2 counters, +1/+1 counters, on Kate if you discard the card with the highest mana value among those cards or tied for the highest. Meow. Yeah, there's no cat in here. Oh, here's a cat. All right, we found a cat here. Oh my god, did they do both cards here? Okay, we've got until then, thank you. I can't tell if this is a compliment or an insult. Until then, thank you. Oh no, I guess it has to be a compliment. This is good work. Good product. And then Bad Johnny appears on the album Axel Scissors Airport 2-1. I didn't know they make music around here. If one or more cats die, you can ask the owner to stop crying and return to playing. Oh god! That sounds so rude. If one or more cats die, hey, just stop crying about it. You can just make more cats. It was only a token, damn it. Can you stop crying and come back to the game? This game's not gonna finish itself. That sounds like an album name. What, like Axel Scissors Airport? I guess so. This is good work, good product. Department of Propaganda. Wizards of the Coast. That's true. No crying in MTG. Though many people have cried, especially for people playing for a big top 8 of their life. But it wasn't meant to be. All right, what does the other side say? We got Jane, it's raining again. This is a Johnny's Flight history. +2. You get the $1 jackpot. Congratulations! You win the money. +2. Everyone fork over $1. Okay, that's a card I can understand. So basically, everyone puts it. We're going back to ante, people. We're anteing money in Magic the Gathering. Okay, pay 0. You can go to the club for free. If you do this while controlling the Red Dragon of Vengeance, you can target and deal damage to all creatures you control. That sounds terrible. Why would I want to do that? -4. All your enemies are online. Researching and searching for advice and resources is daunting. What? I don't know. Like you're, yeah. Stay off of Facebook. All your enemies are online. All those haters out there. Free club visit. This is a very bizarre card. I don't even. Yeah, you get $1 for everyone. Don't spend it all in one place. The $1. Some people need that $1. $1 in a pauper game? That's big money! You can buy a whole deck almost for like $3. I don't even know what the hell this card does. The last one is weirdly ominous. Yeah, researching and searching for advice and resources is daunting. How to deal with those online bullies. That's an interesting idea. Your opponent either pays you or has to forfeit. Exactly. Okay, now the real card was... God, I don't know. It was like this cat warrior. Why is it cut off here? We get the whole thing over here, but we're missing cards here. When it enters the battlefield, create a 2/1 white cat warrior creature token. Whenever one or more cats you control die, you may exile a Johnny, then return it to the battlefield transformed. Ah, I see. That's how they got the thing of like... If a cat dies, you can ask the owner to stop crying and return to play. Stop crying, a Johnny. Get back here. And then you become Jane. It's raining again. Until then, thank you. Twitter messed it up. I don't want to click on it. Then it's going to be too big. And then the other Johnny was like +2. Put a +1/+1 counter on each cat you control. That's okay. This was great. I like this card very much. Jane, it's raining again. Well, maybe because something died. Okay, we got 3 super chats, so we're going to look at 3 extra cards so far. Attorney Frank Harrison. It is a green, black, 5 generic, 8/6 story, a mutant warrior. No. Republican Frank Horrigan doesn't mind the lack of change. Of course. It sounds actually quite in their wheelhouse, to be honest. It also sounds like a politician. Oh, you want to do this? No! No, you may not. It's either going to be between no and yes, and no is a pretty common response. Okay, this happens twice when he fights or attacks Officer Frank Horrigan. Isn't he? Hold on, Attorney Frank Oh no, hold on. This is Attorney Frank Harrison. And then there is Officer Frank Horrigan. To expand the rice, expand the number of brand faces and or players in each clothing category. That went off the rails, to be honest, at the end there. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I like the flavor of this too, though. You know, when it happens twice, he fights or attacks. He's an attorney, a politician, and a cop. It's actually pretty common for cops and attorneys to become politicians anyway. Yeah, we must expand the rice. All you have to do is add water and then let it sit in a rice cooker for about 15 minutes. It will work quite well. Puffed rice? No, it just has to be regular rice. It's amazing. Like, I don't know if anyone's cooked rice before. You just have like 2 small cups of rice and it just expands like crazy. Yeah, I like how the one who just says no is a lawyer. Objection, your honor. I will object. Oh yeah, just as Will said, so as well. I like this card. This is very funny. It's got guns blazing. Yeah, don't take their guns away. Okay, what was this card really? It was Agent Frank Horrigan. Mutant Warrior with Trample. Agent Frank Horrigan has indestructible as long as it attacked this turn. And whenever Agent Frank Horrigan entered the battlefield or attacks, you proliferate twice. Yeah, that's a hard thing to translate, what proliferate is. A tale of two Franks. One attorney, one a cop. Okay, Boulder had another super chat for us, so we're going to look at another card. I love Sarah and Adams. Well, don't we all? Okay, it's a white 3 generic. The 3/4. The idea is to become citizens with human rights. Okay. Okay, and then we have No-Gat, device problem. When one or more creatures destroy an army, players select the food icon, and Nuka Sierra's best sniper appears. I guess we're conjuring a sniper into play. When you sacrifice food, you gain +X until... Sorry, you gain +X control all... Until all creatures are gone. X is the number of computers running Sierra. Oh, it's all AI generated. We are now working in the AI mold. We're probably in... What's it called? What is that thing Zuckerberg is trying... The metaverse? Yeah, the metaverse. This all happened in the metaverse. I love Sarah and Adams. We'll all have a new identity digitally. I don't know what this card does! The idea is to become citizens with human rights. That sounds backwards. It sounds like, yeah, the AI wants human rights. It wants AI rights. Okay, now we're making some sense out of this. Citizen, we need the AI needs some... The AI needs its own rights. Yeah, let's bring out an internet sound effect. Weird computer sounds. Love the picture, though. Who doesn't love Coca-Cola? Or I guess in this case, it's Nuka-Cola. What the hell was this thing? Okay, we got Sierra, Nuka's biggest fan. Careful, those got a lot of calories in that Nuka-Cola. Legendary creature, human citizen. The Nuka-Cola Challenge. Can you tell the difference between Nuka-Cola and its competitors? If you do, we'll give you a free Nuka-Cola. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, put a quest counter on Sierra, Nuka's biggest fan, and create a food token. Whenever you sacrifice a food, target creature you control gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of quest counters on Sierra. Nika's biggest fan, maybe. Yeah, they spelled my name wrong. There's a typo. They accidentally hit the U instead of the I. Big mistake. Thank you very much, Varg, for the super chat. All right, we will take a look at one more card. Yeah, maybe it's Sarah Angel. Sarah Angel in human form before she died and went to heaven, and then became an angel. She drank too much of that Nuka-Cola. Ah, the Secret of Securitron, which is a 3-mana 2/2 fictional creature robot. You're not even real. Tap, save the enemy's ears by controlling the ale. When you're done, draw 2 cards and place a research token on that person. Now get started. Do I have a get started? Description. Yes, when Jesus leaves the battlefield. What? Oh, how did we get to Jesus? When Jesus leaves the battlefield, the owner spawns a 1/1 army on the vehicle. Jesus got involved somehow. Have you found Jesus today? Well, when Jesus leaves, he left an army with you. We all know how Jesus was all known about leaving vehicles wherever he left. They say, yeah, the true creator of the automobile was actually Jesus all along. This one went from 0 to 60 real quick. Yeah, I know. Universe is beyond the Bible. Jesus Christ, it's Jesus Christ. Jesus left the battlefield a while ago. Yeah, quite a bit ago, like what, 2,000 years ago? But then Jesus will come back and then leave again with another army. Yeah, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus might have made the vehicle, but human beings invented the safety belt. Amongst a lot of other safety features that got added to a vehicle. Okay, what the hell was this? Yes Man, Personal Securitron. It was a robot. Tap, target opponent gains control of Yes Man. Oh, it's a Yes Man. Yes, says yes to everything. Personal Securitron, when they do, you draw 2 cards and put a quest counter on Yes Man. Activate only during your turn. Will Wild card. When Yes Man leaves the battlefield, its owner creates a tapped 1/1 white soldier creature token for each quest counter on it. How'd that turn to Jesus? I don't have any clue. And with that, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed these wild Magic the Gathering cards lost in translation. If you want to be part of the show, you got to be here 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks everyone who supports the channel. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, or help other people be part of the show, or let us see some extra cards for each time we do these shows. And I gotta thank the coffee crew for being here. Without you, it would be very lonely and boring without all of you. Gotta thank Will Weaver. Also Will Weaver for helping make these translated cards. Toads, Christopher B, The Jaded, Kano, Crowcore Games, Nalia, Toads, of course, because you guys are the show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees, and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.